Well, you mentioned Salesforce, and maybe that's a good segue. Like, can you share how RingCentral and RingCX is approaching WFM, these integrations, providing APIs to make the product more extensible?
So we targeted the market for RingCX to be in the 50 agent range. And that's right at the threshold where workforce management starts to have a good ROI. But we don't have workforce management integrated in the product. That's where, RingCentral Contact Center through NICE has a very tightly integrated solution for things like forecasting and all that. But we do see the need that there are customers that are going to be in that need for a workforce management solution. So we've partnered with Calabrio for that, so they can deliver a full QM, WFM, WFO solution. We've also worked with them so that we would basically be able to quote that on our bill and put that on our bill. So basically we'd have our own ability to deliver a single bill to the customer for the WFM solution through Calabrio. Another area from an integration perspective is with Balto, which provides real-time behavioral coaching for agents. So it goes above and beyond what I mentioned we're going to be providing out of the box. So again, Balto is another integration partner that we've put on our price list and can bill the customer singly on our paper. So that makes it very easy to add those capabilities, without much effort on that side.
And that really rounds out the contact center offering.
Right. So again, it goes the gamut from how my agents doing in real time, what kind of things I can give to the agents to give them the coaching basically. And then, when it comes to scheduling larger numbers of agents, handling the fact that some people are out sick and you need to make sure that you've got enough coverage and those types of things, that's where Calabrio really comes into play. And then again, they have a more traditional quality management solution that allows you to do that sampling of recordings and evaluate the performance. In addition to that, we have a full API set, so that if you go to developers.ringcentral.com, you'll see all the different APIs that we make available to our customers at no cost. We don't charge to access the APIs. So if you go into that page, we have a section for RingCX, and you have different APIs for the voice versus digital and so on. And we have developer guides, references, and so on. So it becomes very easy to go in and look at the different APIs by just browsing through, and you've got ability to do things like, routing, dialing, authentication, actually do things like even like user management and so on.
Yeah, that's really outstanding. So, and I would imagine that besides these APIs, the reports that you have within inside of the application, can you schedule any of those reports to be sent to people, or to send that data maybe to an S3 bucket or somewhere along those lines where that stuff can be picked up? How does that work with inside the platform?
Yeah, one of the challenges of contact centers is you can build the best workflows or call flows and interaction flows, but if you can't get information about how well things are performing, what's the KPIs that are important to your organization, if you can't get the reports, then the contact center is not going to really give you everything you need. So we've built a real-time dashboard, so I can build widget-based dashboards very easily, share them with others, put them on a screen in the contact center space in the office. We also have over 200 pre-built templates for both real-time historical dashboards as well as historical reports.
Wow.
And then they're fully customizable, and then I can schedule those to be sent depending on the actual data. I can either send them as an Excel file or a CSV file or a PDF. And then we have APIs that allow us to pull the data directly out and integrate with like a Power BI tool or some other solution that allows me to integrate with other business data.
So you talked about Salesforce and maybe some of these other CSMs that are out there as well. We looked at the UI initially when we were talking about omnichannel, and we know that that's one option for a UI for the agent. But then another option is that perhaps those agents are working with inside of a Salesforce or a ServiceNow or a Zendesk, and they need to have a single pane of glass. Where does RingCX play into that user?
So we understand that there's a lot of customer environments where they live in the CRM. So right now we have Salesforce as well as Zendesk embedded agents available. So I'm showing my Zendesk information in here, and I'm just going to launch the embedded agent, and it's going to tell me that I need to log out of my other agent interface. And then once it's launched, I can now basically just use the embedded agent to handle the calls. Call comes in, recognize the phone number, screen pop to the contact record. When the call is over, we memorialize the data about the call, the disposition, and some other elements based on how you want to record that interaction. So right now, we are showing voice. Voice and digital are for both Salesforce and Zendesk are coming, and then we've got Dynamics, Zoho, HubSpot, and other CRMs on the roadmap to be delivered early next year through the middle of next year. So we're basically using customer feedback in terms of what CRMs we see in the market that are being the most asked for.
Outstanding. And at the same time, looking to build that channel flow between the two applications as well. So
right. So all the routing rules in terms of how you get the interaction to the agent will work on the back end, and then essentially when the interaction gets routed to the agent, they're using the embedded agent experience within their CRM. It will pop that information into this space, and then it'll pull up the contact record in the CRM. And again, the memorialization will happen. And then RingSense also has the ability to push that information that it found on the analytics of the recording into the CRM as well.
Outstanding. So it's memorialized as an activity and searchable inside of the CRM, as well as also being inside of the contact center as well.
Right. And then the analytics adds just another layer of detailed information that you can get about that interaction. And again, your single source of truth would be your CRM. So in addition to having integrations to different CRMs like Salesforce and Zendesk, we've been asked to, what about Teams, Microsoft Teams? Every organization that we talk to these days seems to have some level of commitment to using Teams as their UC platform. So like the embedded dialer that we recently introduced for our UC solution, we're going to be delivering an embedded agent experience for Teams. So it'll be just another add-on in the left toolbar of your Teams client, and you'll be able to log on and interact just like I was showing you earlier with the agent.
That's outstanding. I mean, that essentially is a critical component, we know, because so many organizations are Microsoft centric and they have a huge investment there, but we know that the Microsoft communications componentry is not at the enterprise grade level that RingCentral offers. Essentially,